you're calling the Democratic Party woke and weak. Weak
Mhm.
and woke. Perhaps I have in the wrong order. Now, I am no defender of the Democratic Party. We talk about on this channel all the time that it needs to change and it needs to be a big change. But I think when you're saying woke and weak, it's like playing into the Republican definition of what it means to be a liberal or progressive
So
now.
So here's what I would say. First of all, I don't have to say it. Look at all the research. That's what the American people think. And if you want to win elections, you got to kind of have a conversation not with yourself, but with the American people. That is what they think. Go look at any focus group, national.
So you don't think that you're just reflecting what voters?
I'm going to get you the first answer.
Yeah.
That is the conclusion. As recently as last week, you can look at the big story in the New York Times. You can look at stuff in the Pew poll, etc. I'm observing what the American people observe. I happen to think the reason people feel the way they do about the Democrats, we're at our lowest standing, our registrations are down, etc., isn't just, yes, did I say it? But it's a reflection of where the American people are. And the first way to get you on the road to recovery is recognize your problems. Now, if you want to ignore them, go ahead. You want to repeat what happened in 2024? That's on you. Having worked for the two presidents that got both elected and reelected, having flipped the House and had Nancy Pelosi after 12 years become the first woman speaker, and having challenged Donald Trump in many different ways across the area, I'm not into losing, because you can't enact the policies you want losing. Number two, when the American people's backs were against the wall, we were in a cultural cul-de-sac. And both President Obama and President Clinton on a national level showed that the relationship between the economy and quote unquote cultural issues are heads and tails of the same coin. And I think if you want to and I also believe this, let me say this, that 2024 was winnable. But when we got off into a set of issues, not only that were secondary to the American people, but looked like they were primary to us, rather than affording a house, making sure your health care was there and you didn't go into the poorhouse trying to pay a bill, that your 401k was for your savings, not to backfill your paycheck. And we were off on a set of other issues that weren't primary to the American people. Yeah, that is why we lost not only at the national level, but down ballot.
Yes, but I think that is also missing the broader context that we had a Republican Party that was tying the Democratic Party to issues that the Democratic Party and Kamala Harris wasn't even talking about. So they spent more money on Kamala Harris for they, them ad than any other type of ad by a long shot.